know, with any chronic disease, you're going to face burnout, you're going to face depression, you're going to face those sort of issues. For me, action sports were a passion of mine as well as winter sports. And so I found that also the next best medicine to insulin for treating my disease was being involved in some sort of community. When I was diagnosed, I did some research online to learn more about this disease, and I came across the JDRF's website. At the time, they had an event going on called Children's Congress. And I was able to read these stories of 2-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 15-year-olds that have known life no different with this disease. And it inspired me and showed me that if they could do it, then so could I. Through riding on insulin, I met this rad camper named Jesse Alswager. And he and I would always meet up in Wisconsin every year at camp, and we would shred together. And at some point, I stopped riding on insulin to focus on my college career. And then one day I got the sad news that Jesse passed away from type 1 at the age of 13. It really opened up my eyes, and I went out and gave the eulogy at his funeral, and I vowed to restart riding on insulin and on behalf of Jesse, because I know that's what he would have wanted, for other kids to have the same opportunities that he did. Through skiing and snowboarding, I wanted to share my passion in the sport with kids, and that's why I started riding on insulin.
The core of Riding on Insulin is our ski, snowboard, and mountain bike programming for kids and teens with type 1. We do them in 4 countries around the world. This is what I started in 2004 and continue to this day. A typical Riding on Insulin camp is really about, number 1, kids and teens out on the snow or out in the dirt learning how to do an action sport or perfecting skills and being with others that are just like them. While the kids are out shredding on the mountain, the parents are inside meeting one another, sharing stories, and creating their own community. Because Riding on Insulin truly believes that this disease is not about just one kid or one adult living with type 1. It's about the community of support around you that really empowers you to live your best life. We fund our programs in a lot of different ways. We have incredibly generous individual donors all around the world. We have foundations that give us grants in a lot of areas that relate to new programs and expanding into places we've never been in before. Lots of corporate partners around the world that want to get their brand out to the families we serve while also giving back to the type 1 community. Lastly, we have the Riding on Insulin race team, which is this amazing collective of individuals that not only want to give back to the next generation of those living with type 1, but they want to push themselves in everything from a 5K to a marathon to an Ironman to a cross-country ski race, all raising money to help kids get to camp. Being able to empower kids every camp is the best job in the world.